Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Journey to Purpose. Today I'm really excited to have with me Justine Luzzi. Did I say that right? Luzzi? Sorry, you told me that, but I forgot already. And Justine is an intuitive coach. She's a passion strategist as well. And we connected on my Facebook group, Upward Spiral Lifestyle, and I was really intrigued by her story because we both done a comms degree, and she's done a lot of different had a lot of different career choices, but has gone down more of a spiritual path that is more empowered by her purpose and her intuition. Yeah, so Justine, I'll just get you to introduce yourself, tell a little bit about your journey so far and what you feel your purpose is.
Sure. Thanks, Shannon. Like you said, my name is Justine Luzzi. I am an intuitive coach and passion strategist. What I do is I empower women to find true passion and purpose in life. And the second half of that is once we use the intuition to get there, we talk about how to strategize and monetize on those passions. So I got into this work about 3 years ago. I had like a spiritual awakening. I went from being completely, I identified as an atheist, and just things started to happen to me, and I had to question something bigger than myself. And that's when all the questions came into, what's my passion? What's my purpose? That's when I discovered my intuition was very, very strong. I've had all different types of jobs. I've had part-time, full-time, corporate, startup, small business, freelance, contract, everything you can think of. And what it came down to it didn't matter. Like the core issue was it needed to be something I was passionate about. And I realized that I was multi-passionate, and a lot of people fault other people for that. And here in America, I think a lot of people believe that you're supposed to go to college, you graduate, you get a full-time job in corporate, and that's what you do. And, early on in my 20s, I'm 30 now. This happened to me when I was about 27, 28, my spiritual awakening. But in my early 20s, I went right up for my graduate degree. So I really thought that I was going to be in corporate for the rest of my life. So, it was like a huge change. And, my favorite part about spirituality is unlearning everything that you taught to be true. So you don't need to have a corporate gig, going into the office every day, punch in at 9, punch out at 5. It's not really, it's what we're taught to be the right thing. I'm a coach, so right thing, right? So, I want to start changing the way that we work. And I'm in all these groups. I started, when I went through my spiritual awakening, I started realizing that people are coaches and they are coaching from all over the world, and calling themselves digital nomads. And, you don't just have to coach either, web developer, freelance writing. There's just so many opportunities out there for people to enjoy their lives, work as they see fit. If they want to do 20 hours, if they want to do 60 hours, if they really love what they're doing at one job, like, doing one gig, one project at a time. You should be able to, this is the rest of your life, right? Like you're working for the rest of your life. It's a big chunk of your life. You should love what you're doing. So. Yeah,
for sure. I love that. And I was reading on one of your blog posts, and I'm not sure where I found it, and I found a quote from you that I really liked. And it said, spirituality and entrepreneurship go hand in hand. It's the only way of life that doesn't drain my spirit. It's the only way of life to live, to feel truly free. And I really liked that quote because it kind of resonates with me that, sometimes your destiny and your purpose is not going to be that conventional lifestyle that you've been taught that you should go down. So tell me about when you discovered that, yes, that you want to be an entrepreneur and that's the path you wanted to go down.
Yeah. So my whole life, I like to use the word like conscious and unconscious. And I kind of teach that with my coaching. It's more about like self-awareness. So actually my entire life, I had the entrepreneurial spirit. I just worked for everybody else because I wasn't conscious of that part of myself.
Right.
So like when I was younger, I would say things like, oh, I want to invent this. I want to start this business. And everyone thought that, I had ADHD and just kind of brushed it off. But I always had that part of myself, but like I said, when I went through my spiritual awakening, what actually spiraled me into that awakening was like a couple of bad events. Like I had like a bad breakup.
Mm-hmm.
I got laid off. And I was going through some legal troubles and some financial troubles. So all those kind of like pushed me into my spiritual awakening as well. But the part about being laid off is kind of like clicked in my head, and I said, well, how am I determining, I kind of got a little depressed because I'm like, how am I determining somebody's going to tell me what money I make, or I want to create my own opportunities, So, and I've done it before. Like I said, I've had freelance jobs, if one freelance job ends, you pick up another, or you have another.
Yeah.
I think multiple forms of income is something that, I know that multiple forms of income for myself works. Me,
Yeah.
Feel most aligned with my true self.
Yeah. Yeah. So I suppose being laid off kind of gave you an opportunity to say, yes, I'm going to take control and become an entrepreneur and to own it and start making your own totally. Money and your own path.
Yeah. And I was really blessed because I have a master's in digital communications.
Yeah.
So I was actually originally a journalism major until I realized that everything is online, and, journalism is kind of, print journalism is kind of dead.
Yeah.
So I had all the tools to be able to promote myself online. I'm always learning. There's always like the internet. There's always new tools all the time.
So many.
Algorithm changes tomorrow, stuff like that. But I've been blessed that I have this experience to use. So
yeah, that's very true. And I think with a lot of people, they think that if they've had a career beforehand besides entrepreneurship, that they have to discount it. But really, you've got all these skills that you can bring into your new career. You don't have to leave them behind. Like, even if you work with people, bring those relationship skills and apply them to your new business. So just taking whatever experience you have and using that as well.
Exactly. Everything happens for a reason, and you learn lessons from everything. So nothing is a waste of time. So
no. And it all leads you to your path, right? And what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
You get me.
Yeah, I get you. In terms of online, how do you see it helping your business in the future, or how has it enabled you to reach more people?
Definitely social media is the number one tool that I use. I guess, how has it reached, like, what, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so how have you, like, in, being a life coach, some people might just do it location based, so they might just do it, in their hometown. How has it enabled you? Has it enabled you to reach a lot more people and different people from different walks of life and that sort of stuff?
Definitely. It has helped. Yeah. So social media has helped me a lot. It gives me the ability to reach people that I wouldn't in everyday life.
Yeah.
I am an introvert myself, so it's really hard for me to get the word out about who I am and what I am doing.
Yeah.
And like, I've coached people in Croatia. I'm in the States, so like Croatia, the Cayman Islands, stuff like that. Yeah. So all over the world, and it's, I feel like social brings in community, and it brings them together kind of in one place, like your Facebook group.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there's just more of an opportunity there, as opposed to meeting people in real life. I'm actually in New York City. It's more open here, and like people are more open to the idea of coaching, and I do meet a lot of people here. But definitely utilizing social media has helped me a lot.
Oh, that's very cool. And for people that are looking to create a new career based on their intuition and following their intuition, what sort of tips would you give to people for tapping into their intuition and their power?
Yeah, definitely meditation. I am, like I mentioned earlier, I definitely have a lot of interests. I have a lot of passions. What to focus on is what you're going to figure out when you're quiet. So, before all of this, I suffered greatly from a lot of anxiety, and for years people would tell me to meditate, and I can't do it. I can't do it. There's
That's hard.
and if I can do it, anyone can do it. And if you just start very small, like maybe 5 minutes a day, and what helps is guided meditations, and there's so many free resources for that. Once you get quiet, you can hear what your spirit is telling you. And I know that sounds a little woo-woo, but when you're quiet, you can hear what you don't usually hear with all the noise. So, and it's the truth. So I always like finding the truth, and that's what I feel intuition is, right? Because it's coming directly from your soul, basically. So it's always going to be the truth. So it's never going to be something that you're like, you have to question, basically, is what I'm going to say. So, meditation definitely helps. I try to do it, 10 minutes a day. That's really all you need. Or when you have like a hard decision to make, I would say, get into meditation before making, before reacting.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So. How do you know when you're meditating, if it's your mind that is giving you these ideas, or if it is your intuition that is giving you these ideas? Because I know, your mind does wander, and then you start thinking about stuff, and then is that my mind telling me, or is that really my truth and, my higher power?
Right. That's a great question. And, I've studied with a lot of coaches as well, and I've made a lot of friends because of the community that I am in. And I got a great tip from a friend of mine. She said that anytime you're speaking about something and you say, like, you can do this, you're coming from an outside source. So you are identifying what you're from your higher self. Right. So if you say, I'm hungry, right? So like, I'm hungry. But like, if you say, you can do this, like you are stepping out of yourself and listening to your higher self. I don't know if that makes any sense.
So do you want to be coming from I am hungry, or you are hungry? Which one?
Right. Wait, say that again.
So do you mean when you say like you are hungry, that is your intuition, or the other way around?
I say that is your intuition, because when you say I'm hungry, right, like that's coming from your body, right? It's not coming from your soul. Like your body is hungry, like you need food. Yeah. When you say like you can do this, you're powerful, like affirmations. When you say it with you're actually talking to your true self. So
that's very cool. I agree with the meditation. It really does give you that clarity, right? But it is hard, so I recommend those guided meditations as well.
Yeah. And I really found out that I was intuitive when I hit like a consciousness level of like extreme self-awareness. So when I say self-awareness, if you quit a job because, and you don't know why, you just felt like uncomfortable. So you quit a job and you felt really uncomfortable. So like come home and like evaluate the situation. So have self-awareness about what it is that you didn't like about this job. And that could help you get in touch with your intuition of what you intuitively need. Like maybe you didn't have a boss that was supportive and you need that type. Like that's the type that, like that's the work environment that you need.
Right.
So like having self-awareness can really help you tap into your intuition.
Yeah, that's true. So really going inside and seeing why you made those decisions and why you took those actions, and taking those and turning them into lessons to yourself to move forward.
Yeah, and your body can tell you a lot too. Like when you quit, did you feel happy? Like did you feel like a pit in your stomach? Did you feel like were your hands shaking? You need to ask yourself all those questions and then kind of like go from there and just, questions. So.
Yeah, that's true. And I think with trying to find your purpose and your feeling your intuition, it is a lot about emotions as well, and how you really feel, and not so much what's going on in your mind, but how do you feel inside? Do you feel happy? Do you feel a little bit uncomfortable? Even if you're feeling a bit bored, recognizing that and then making decisions to go forward.
Totally. It's meditation has really helped me with that as well, with because sometimes in everyday life, because it's so busy, we have so much going on, we don't really know how we feel. you know, and if we just stop and meditate, you know, for 10 minutes a day, we can get connected to that part as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. So for people that, you know, they want to make a change, they want a new lifestyle, an entrepreneurial lifestyle where they can have freedom, but they're just not sure how to go about it, or they're scared to live in a non-conventional way, what advice would you give them to move forward to create a new life for themselves?
I would definitely, it really all comes down to fear. Fear of not having health insurance, fear of not being able to find another job, fear of, you know, thinking the grass is greener, but it's not, fear of failing, fear of succeeding. That's a big one too. A lot of people are actually afraid of being seen. So this actually has something to do with blockages that we have. So of course I would say coaching would help. You know, hiring a coach to kind of get through those blockages, because what a coach
help you see.
Is a reflection. You know, it's like a mirror. So yeah, that would be like the first step, is to kind of release fear. And you know, mantras have helped me. You know, I went for a coach training program a year ago, you know, and I just quit my job a month ago. So I mean, it takes time, and I think you need to have self-compassion for yourself. You know, not beat yourself up about it. You know, it took me a while to get there. So
yeah, that's true. And knowing that it's going to take some time, and being a bit patient with that, and not thinking that your life's going to change tomorrow, just
of course.
Being consistent.
As long as you have a plan and you put it out to the universe, like, it will happen.
Yeah, that's true. The universe will pave the way for you.
Exactly.
Cool. Thank you for coming on board today. Did you have anything else you wanted to share with the group?
Yes, actually. I love your Facebook group. I'm a new member and I'm absolutely in love. And I created my own Facebook group last week.
Cool.
It's called #Intuition. I created for like community, you know, like I mentioned earlier, going on social media to find community and like-minded people. So I want to kind of gather us together. So it's a great space. I just created it, so it's brand new, and you can check out a lot of my blogs at #intuition.com, and also a couple of the packages that I offer.
Awesome. Good stuff. And on that, if any of you guys are watching on YouTube, be sure to join my Facebook group down below, Upward Spiral Lifestyle, and I'll put Justine's one down below as well. So join both our groups. My group is about building that community as well, and building a group of like-minded people who want to live with purpose. They want to have freedom in their lives and also adventure in their lives too. So creating that lifestyle, we'll be sharing lots of motivational tips and positive things on there. So be sure to join that as well. Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming online today. I really enjoyed what you had to say. Yeah, and I think we can really relate, and I think a lot of people will be able to relate too.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you for having me. I had such a good time.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Justine. Talk soon. Okay. Bye.